21.67 personal best and European under-23 lead this year.
So
he's still
now,
to take his last throw.
Indeed he is, as we're about to look at the lineup for the men's 4x4. So another really tight one to predict. Turkey were actually the European under-20 champions, and that was a bit of a surprise, so you can't count anyone out. In fact, they have 3 of the same 4 athletes that were involved in that. Kaya, Enchu and Chenakshi, joined by Özürek. And then the Italians. Well, they've won world and European junior titles. Scotty, a bit disappointed perhaps with bronze individually. Sibilio, though, fantastic time that he ran to win the 400 hurdles. Great Britain, silver 2 years ago and gold in 2017. They brought in Alistair Chalmers, 400 hurdles finalist. But look at this lineup. Petrucciani, the individual 400 winner with a new championship record. 45 seconds dead. Ramsey Angela won European indoor gold for the Netherlands. And he's here at the under-23s. And then France have brought in Husseini on that last leg. France have been on the podium for the last 3 editions. Germany, well, they're the defending champions. I feel like I've said that a few times in these relays. They didn't actually qualify automatically, though. And Demshar, well, there's been a late change because Demshar was brought in, I thought, the sprint hurdler, but they've made an amendment there just before the start of this race. So it all comes down to this. The men's 4x400 metre final. Slovenia, Germany, France, Netherlands, Switzerland, Great Britain and Northern Ireland, Italy and Turkey. So, at last the athletes get away. And let's see who these medals will go to at the end of 4 days of action here inside the Kadriorg Stadium. We've seen bits of chaos in the relays so far. Switzerland, though, of course, they have Ricky Petrucciani, who won 400 metre gold. Wondered whether they might bring in that race, who won the 200 as well, who's a 46.39 runner at best. So we wait for the stagger to unwind on the second leg. And there's Lewis Davey of Britain going well there. And handing over to Alex Haydock-Wilson, who helped them qualify fastest of all, but was perhaps a bit disappointed to go out in the 400 semi-finals as an athlete who's broken 46 seconds for the first time this year. Up against Petrucciani then. France also in contention at this point. The French who led the women's 4x4 for so long. So just at this point, 3 teams making a bit of a breakaway. And then Italy with chasing to do. Edoardo Scotti doing that for them. At senior level and at junior level, the Italians have been so strong over the last few years. And whether it's Scotti, Sibilio or Davide Ray, they seem to put in a big performance. Remember a couple of years ago they were just blocked off and they couldn't make up the ground. So Italy from Switzerland, Netherlands, and then Aidan Leeson of Britain on the inside. And Turkey still involved in this final. What a race it's proving to be. Oh my goodness me! 2 fallers there. Switzerland and Britain. Well, that's really changed the shape of things. They were just battling for space, and you really don't see that in a 4x4. It was more like a chaotic middle distance race. So that means France are clear out front from the Netherlands. Turkey in third, Slovenia now up into fourth. Goodness me, these relays have provided some action. And now look at the speed of France, only matched by the Netherlands at this point. Ramsey Angela right on the shoulder of Husseini. It all comes down to the home straight now. France, are they going to hang on? Or are they going to be beaten? Like in the women's race, Ramsey Angler comes through. Goodness me, what a finish. 3:04.83 as the Netherlands take 4x4 gold, just as they did indoors in Tallinn. Ramsey Angela was ferocious on that final leg. And Husseini went toe-to-toe with him for France. And unfortunately for the French, another relay goal just slipped away. What a
Well, I think we'll be
conclusion.
looking at that collision again, because not only did the Swiss and Great Britain fall to the track, I think Riccardo Melli, the Italian, also got clipped as well. And that really made a difference to the Italian hopes. They would have been... Bilio, the 400 metres hurdles winner, with so much ground to make up. In the end, Italy came through for bronze, but I think they were expecting perhaps to be in the melee, if you'll pardon the pun, for gold. Just remembering, you were talking about the Turks earlier in the programme, having many of their quartet that won the European Under-20 gold. Well, the Italians, with Scotti on the second leg and Sibilio, they were gold medalists at the European Under-20s back in 2017. But all credit to the Dutch. That was an absolutely terrific finale. And Ramsey Angela, well, he set a Dutch Under-23 record. Well, there you saw it. I think the Dutch are going to be disqualified for that. I'm going to call that. That looked like a real out-and-out shove there. João Lobles, the 800-metre runner, really gave a bit of hefty pushing to the British runner. Switzerland went down as well, and Italy were impeded. Let's just wait and see how this unravels. I'd like to see another replay of that incident, because looking at it on replay, it wasn't necessarily clear at that time because we were looking at the front of the race. João Lobles really did almost give like a rugby-like handoff.
Well,
Taking down the Swiss and the British runner, as well as impeding the Italian.
Sorry, Phil. The result has been held, yes, unofficially. So let's say that Netherlands, France and Italy were the first three to cross the line. Goodness me, what chaos.
Well,
France were promoted to bronze in the women's 4x1. That was after the Italians were disqualified, but yes, Phil, we're just looking at the computer and we'll keep you posted for any updates.
well, I think Great Britain in particular and the Italians will feel hard done by that, because certainly Great Britain medal contender. Here we go again. What's your take on that, Alex?
Well, I suppose if you consider that Great Britain and Switzerland aren't going to win a medal, even if the Netherlands are disqualified, then it'd be interesting to see. It all comes down to the officials, I suppose, rather than a team protest. Is that?
Well, I think that comes into the... to be honest, I think that comes into the area of unsportsmanlike conduct. I mean, that was such a shove by Lobles, and he took down two men, and Riccardo Melli was ending up on the inside of the track. Well, strictly speaking, the Italians should be disqualified because Melli was running on the inside of the track, but he had nowhere else to go once the bodies started falling around him.